Coming in at number 10, we have this song from his 33 1/3 album. This song has very fun lyrics and a great music video too. I especially like the lyrics. This song has nothing tricky about it. This song ain't black or white, and as far as I know, don't infringe on anyone's copyright. As the lyrics clearly show, this is a reference to his lawsuit over My Sweet Lord, which is said to have used the melody line from He's So Fine by the Chiffons. I'll explain a bit more about this when I get to My Sweet Lord later in the video. Coming in at number 9, we have Run of the Mill from All Things Must Pass, and honestly this is one of my favorite George Harrison songs. It has really great lyrics which are very meaningful. A few of them are, everyone has choice, when to or not to raise their voices, it's you that decides. Which way you will turn while feeling that our love's not your concern, it's you that decides. No one around you will carry the blame for you, no one around you will love you today and throw it all away. This is a reference to George's meetings with other Beatles around the time of their breakup, especially his disillusionment with Paul, who ended up suing the other Beatles as he pretty much disregarded their friendships, their relationships, their histories, and decided to sue them. There's also a great outtake version which includes more electric guitar and is a bit more fast-paced, and when it was released alongside an expanded edition of All Things Must Pass, they released a really cool music video. In George's book, I Me Mine, he said about this song, "It is the first song I ever wrote that looked like a poem on paper." At number 8, we have Blow Away from his self-titled album, George Harrison. Blow away, blow away, blow away. It's a great song to listen to if you're ever feeling down, so much so that George almost didn't want to release it because it was so happy and somewhat cliche. George wrote it as he was looking out on his shed during a large thunderstorm, and rain was pouring in through the broken roof. He realized that him getting angry about it, worrying about it, was just making the problem worse, and decided that the best thing to do was just forget about it, make the problem blow away. At number 7, we have Flying Hour. This song was actually not released alongside an album. It was released later on with some other of George's unreleased tracks. This is probably my favorite lyrical song of George's. It has very insightful lyrics. The past is gone, the future may not be at all, the present improve the flying hour, which is one of my favorite quotes in a song of all time. George actually found these etched in his estate on the clock tower, which was in Frere Park, put there by Sir Frankie Crisp, who has a song of his own on All Things Must Pass. At number 6, we have Give Me Love, Give Me Peace on Earth. This was written when George was trying to help people of Bangladesh during wartime, and he ended up holding a concert for Bangladesh, which had a lot of great performers, including former Beatle Ringo Starr, Eric Clapton, Bob Dylan, and Ravi Shankar, who helped George learn how to play the sitar, was an Indian musician, and became a great friend after the Beatles breakup. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. At number 5, we have All Things Must Pass. One of his most famous songs. It was written during the Beatles breakup and was actually rejected by the Beatles during their Get Back sessions. They played it once through, and this was actually captured in the Get Back film. All things must pass. All things must pass away. At number 4, we have My Sweet Lord. As I mentioned earlier, this song was inspired by the lawsuit relating to My Sweet Lord. The songwriter of the Chiffons, He's So Fine, ended up suing George due to its similarity. George ended up losing the lawsuit. The judge said that although he believed that George did not intentionally infringe on the Chiffons' copyright, the songs were very similar, used the same melody, so he did lose the lawsuit. My sweet Lord. My Lord. He's so fine. One interesting thing to note about this song is George wanted to promote unity among religions, so he includes many different chants religions use, including Hallelujah and Hare Krishna as a way of getting people of all religions to sing the same religious chants. One honorable mention is Wah Wah, which was also written during the Beatles' breakup and reflects his disappointment at the other Beatles ignoring his songs. Another honorable mention comes from All Things Must Pass, which is A Waiting on You All. The opening lyrics, "You don't need no lovin', you don't need no bedpan," pokes fun at John Lennon's bed-ins, which were a form of protest against the Vietnam War. Another funny line is, "The Pope owns 51% of General Motors," which might actually be true because the Vatican owns a huge amount of stock in many corporations. And George is pointing out the hypocrisy that a religious holy figure has so much money and is taking over corporations. Coming in at number 3, we have While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Although this song is a Beatles song, it does not feature George Harrison on the guitar solo. This is actually Eric Clapton, who George asked to fill in for him. George wrote this song by picking out a random word in a book, which happened to be Gently Weeps, and then wrote the whole song around that. Coming in at number 2, we have Here Comes the Sun, which is probably George's most famous song, and maybe even the Beatles. He wrote it while sitting in his garden after he hadn't played guitar for a while. The song came to him and quickly became one of his greatest songs. Coming in at number 1, we have Something. Something in the way she moves. Frank Sinatra said that Something is the greatest love song of the past 50 years, which is high praise for someone who also called the Beatles kid singers with mops of hair. Something is a very simple song, but accurately describes the complex emotions of love in a way that no other song does well. I hope you enjoyed the list, and please let me know what you think the top 10 George Harrison songs are. Thank you for watching.